What's up troopers, my name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. You guys gave so much love when it came to the top 5 best weapons of the assault rifle class, so I knew I had to go and dive into the SMG. I feel like the assault rifle class is probably the most used class in the game. I feel like the SMGs are the second choice. I could be wrong, maybe you guys have different opinions. Actually, why do you troopers let me know what your most used class is? Maybe you like using the SMG more than the ARs, or you could be using something completely different. Either way troopers, before we get into the video, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, please do, and of course leave a like. Thank you very much. Today we are focusing on the SMGs and giving you guys the best class setup. And starting off is the first weapon is the PB29. The PB29 has been a go-to for a lot of people. A lot of people actually do say that it performs more like an assault rifle than an SMG. These are my two combos when it comes to the sights, and what we're going to use for the barrel. Honestly, for me, when it comes to the barrel, it's the tactical compensator. That's going to be my first one. The second one, actually, I would go for the wrap suppressor. You can't use anything on the bottom side, unfortunately, but when it comes to my magazine type, I'm going to be using the most one, so that is the standard issue. That offers you 65 rounds. Then my second one is the subsonic. It's going to work really well when it comes to the wrap suppressor. That'll make you stealth by 15 meters or above. And then my last one is the high powered. That's a setup for the PB29 go-to, but I feel like a lot of people already know about this weapon. And here we are for the K30. I love the K30 because of its rate of fire, a very fast TDK weapon. I love that iron sight, I really do, but we're going to go for the regular dot sight first, and then we're going to switch it up. I want to go for the thermal because that good visibility, and then we can use the iron sight. The iron sight is good, especially for this weapon. Just something new, just something different. And then when it comes to the barrel, what barrels are we going to go for? We can go for the tactical, or we can go for the champion muzzle brake. Considering this weapon shoots so fast and it has a very low official recoil, the one thing I'm more concerned about is having that weapon accuracy. So the tactical compensator is going to be my first choice. What would I use again? Probably the wrap suppressor. Don't really use the wrap suppressor as much for this weapon because you're mainly engaged in close range, but you never know when you need it. The bottom side, I have to go for the laser sight, better hip fire accuracy and better recoil control. So that's going to be my first one, and then my next one is going to be the LWG. If I switch it up from the laser sight, then it's going to keep me more consistent when I go into these close range gunfights. Accuracy while moving is just a perfect choice. So that's going to be my combo when it comes to the bottom side. And my magazine type, what is it going to be? Well, obviously we have to go for the drum mag, but the thing is, the drum mag, you do run out a lot of bullets very quick, so you got to consider that because you will lose a lot of rounds. The standard issue extended is actually my second choice. Really, it's kind of more of my first choice than anything because you do run out a lot of bullets when it comes to the drum mag. It's totally up to you which way you want to go and use it. And then my last one is the subsonic for the wrap suppressor, and that's the K30 setup. Out of all the weapons I'm going to be showing you today, this weapon right here, the AC9, is the #1 meta. It really is. This gun absolutely dominates, and it has a really good range. I go for the standard dot sight with the thermal sight, and then honestly, I'll just be happy with just this combo. When it comes to this weapon, I use the champion muzzle brake. As this weapon already performs so well, I'm not really concerned about the accuracy, I'm more concerned about the recoil control. So keeping that better visual recoil is going to work really well with the champion muzzle brake. We'll use the rat suppressor as our second one, and then what we're going to use down here, of course, we have to go for the laser sight. As an SMG, laser sights are very important for them close range situations of hip firing and keeping consistent. And then my next one is going to be the LWG. Magazine type, what we're going to go for, there's quite a bit of variety here. So I would say go for the close range extended. That actually increases the rate of fire and recoil control. 40 rounds, perfect. So that's going to be our first. Then the next one's going to be the close combat. Then the subsonic is my last one, and that's the AC9. I really recommend, please give this one a go, right? This gun absolutely shreds. And here is the SCZ. I haven't talked about this weapon since the launch of season 7, so it's already been some time since I spoke about this weapon, but this weapon's really good though. It reminds me a little bit like the PB29 because it doesn't just perform like an SMG, it also performs like an AR. Love the thermal sight, so we're going to obviously keep that, but I'm going to put my standard dot sight first, and then we're going to go and put the thermal sight on. Wouldn't suggest to be really using anything else because this weapon does have a bit of a kick, so the further the sight is, the harder it's going to be. I'm using a tactical compensator because, as I said, this weapon doesn't just perform like an SMG, it's almost similar like an AR. So because of that, you're going to have more of a medium range gunfight, so keeping that consistent consistency of accuracy with the tactical compensator is very important. My next one's going to be the wrap suppressor, but I've got to be honest with you, I barely use it. Bottom side, it has to be the laser sight, perfect, but we need to keep more consistent when it comes to medium range gunfights, and that's when the LWG is going to come in clutch. The magazine type, of course, it has to be the drum mag for the first one, then we're going to use the standard issue extended for the 40 rounds as our second one, and then I'm going to use the subsonic just in case I need to be a bit stealthy. And there we go, that's the setup for the SCZ. And the last weapon to finish it off, this is the PP2000. This weapon really wasn't that good at all, but over its last recent updates, it's definitely changed. But considering how all the SMGs have had its visual recoil changed, and most of the SMGs have been tweaked to nerf, it's kind of balanced this weapon into a really good weapon now. So the setup I'm going to go for, well, let's go for the standard dot sight, the Fusion Holo, and then we're going to use the thermal sight. You know, the visual recoil and the accuracy isn't that bad, so the thermal sight is going to work out pretty well. When it comes to accuracy, I'm going to use the tactical compensator. This weapon isn't that crazy when it comes to ranges of like its damage rate, but it can definitely perform at them ranges. I've used the wrap suppressor. Can I use anything at the bottom? Nope, I can't use anything at the bottom, unfortunately. We used the 44 round standard issue extended, and then we're going to use our last one as the 20, and that's the PP29. And there we go, troopers, that's the best SMG class setup in Battlefield 2042 right now. You guys gave so much love when it comes to assault rifles, so I knew I had to do the SMGs. If this video's got even more love on this one, then I have to make another video, and probably even on the LMG class. Would you like to see that? Well, if you do, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the Pink Wig Army, and I'll see you on the battlefield.